Hi FlossTube, it's Elisa. I haven't been on for 2 months. It's been 2 months since my last video. For a couple of reasons, really. One, as I said in my last video, I was supposed to move. That fell through. So it looks like we're not moving now for another couple months, which is unfortunate. We're looking forward to the move. But what do you know? Life is insanely unpredictable at the moment, and as such, I haven't been getting a lot of stitching done, so I was really just waiting to finish up on the last couple of things before making this video. Also, my daughter has now... my boyfriend... he's not really my boyfriend, he's much more than boyfriend, but that's my partner, my significant other. Let it slip to her that I had a YouTube channel. Not what it was about or anything or where it was, just that I have one, that it exists. Oh, I could strangle him. I did not want her knowing about this because she basically, all she watches is YouTube. She's almost 14 now, and all she watches is YouTube. So I really don't want her to come across this because this is really my own little space where I I speak my mind, and I don't really want that tainted by, not tainted by knowing that my family's gonna watch it, but I can't be as free if I know people who are close to me personally are gonna watch it. So she hasn't really pushed more. I just said, it's not something you're gonna be interested in watching, so, and all that. So hopefully she won't go looking for it or anything silly like that. I hope. Again, I'm sorry if things are washed out. It is the afternoon right now. I waited to do this video until this week because my daughter is out of town at her camp that she goes to every year. This is her last year as a camper, but it's possible she will go next year as a counselor or a counselor in training. And I really hope she does, because I think it'd be really good for her and her self-esteem and stuff. I'm not going to say much about specifics of why my life is so crazy right now. It's a pile of many different factors that just seem to continue to create stress in my life. And it's not just me, it's about, members of my family. So I'm not sure if I'm wanting to share all that. So I'm probably not going to at this point. I know, I'm usually the biggest advocate for say what you want, it's your channel. But I don't know if it's not relevant to stitching, and this is my FlossTube channel, so it's better off somewhere else. Maybe I'll start a vlog. No. I have some bad flashbacks from starting a vlog in the mid-aughts, I guess you could say, the mid-2000s. It was not, it was an interesting experiment, but let's just say I'm glad that I completely deleted that freaking channel, because, yeah, would hate to have anyone I know find it nowadays. So, putting that aside, let's get to what you guys are here for, and the stitching. So, I have managed, and I just finished it this weekend, so I have been behind. I don't think I stitched at all in May, maybe the very, very, very end of May. On my sals. I didn't touch anything else with my sals, my two sals, the Stitchrovia Words to Live By, and the other one. What was the other one? Oh, the Ingleside Imaginarium's Birthstone Dragons, of course. Duh. Dante's wandering around. So let's start. I'm just going to grab one of them here, whichever one I get. That's what I'm going to talk about first. Here, I'll do this one. So, cat hair or dog hair everywhere. This is why I keep things in Ziploc bags, because they pick up dog hair so bad. So these are the two pieces from, I can, make this smaller. I should have done this before, but I'm not that forethought. So these are the two pieces from May and June. So this was the May piece. The best thing to hold on to in life is each other. And that is an Audrey Hepburn quote. This one had a light pink fill like that had, and the one on the other side, the one exactly mirroring that one is. But again, I left it out. I did do the letters in pink, and I'm not sure if it stands out really well or not. I don't know. I'm leaving it in for right now. Dante's wondering why he can't get up on the couch. Because my computer's there. Sorry, buddy. Just give me a bit. And then this is June's. Do what you can with what you have where you are. No. Hold on just a second, folks. He was troubled, now he is calm. So, I have tamed the beast. These two panels. This panel, piece of piss. It was so easy to finish. There wasn't a lot of stitching, not a lot of different, not a lot of substance to it, really. Because I guess they did that because all the background was stitched in. But it's still, the effect is still pretty with the back stitching. I hated this back stitching. This jumping to go over and do one thing of back stitch and then go over 3 stitches and do another little thing of back stitch. That was annoying me so much. But this one was the real annoyance. Because all this detail is back stitched and it was so annoying. And there was a lot of stitching in this. There's like 3 different colors here that go all around it. 4 sides. You know, these were not bad to stitch in. There was just most of it was back stitching on this one, and in some places I'm not too happy. Like right here, the back stitch kind of bunches up a little bit because there's like 4 strands going off in different directions, but pulling all the same way and through this one hole, so it's kind of stretched out a bit, and it's, yeah. But I think it finally got it finished on Sunday, I believe. Or Monday, maybe Monday. And now I have to go and do, so July is going to be down here. And then there's 2 more pieces to this. 2 more pieces and I'm done. So August and September, I guess, is the next 2. Loving it on my... I have a story about this piece, actually. I'm going to tell when I get to my haul portion of the video. Let me put that back in there. Back into the Wrestly. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake you guys. Just I've been trying to put stuff where it's going to be accessible, but of course, I have to move it, stuff around. This one I'm still working on. This is Birthstone Dragons. And like I said, I did think I did a little bit of the May dragon in May, but not a lot of it. Yeah, I think last time I had just started on, oh, you can't even see it. Can I get that on? Oh, maybe that'll help. There you go. That works. So here's my May dude, Emerald, with his little emerald necklace. What's her name again? Esme. This is Esme, the emerald fairy dragon. And you're probably not going to be able to see it, but I actually put some green metallic in the wings for the veining. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit, maybe. From back here? No. I can't even tell what you're going to be able to see. Maybe from there? Yeah, you can kind of see it from there. It's reflecting a little bit there. Where is it? There it is. Really easy stitch up. Like, there wasn't much to them, as you can see. And because of that, I think there's only like 3 or 4 color changes. Really not a big deal. This one, on the other hand, this is June's Pearl. And June's Pearl is something else, because it has 6 or 7 or 8 different colors in it, like ridiculous amounts of color in it for such a teeny tiny spot. But the effect of, as always, is just beautiful. But still lots and lots. And on top of that, a ton of backstitching. Like, I don't know if you can see here. It's an Eastern dragon as opposed to the Western dragon, like garnet up here. It's an Eastern dragon, and it has like antlers, and then here it kind of has hair coming off of it in all these different colors, and there are tons of little backstitched strands coming out to kind of highlight those. And that's kind of where I stopped when I was kind of done backstitching him. The only really 2 color changes I made, the mouth was going to be a dark red, but I found that the red clashed too much with the pink, so I changed it to a very dark fuchsia. I can't remember exactly the number, it's just a DMC. One of the high 30, 38 something. And then this color here, for the pearl, I just did the one color in this Weeks Dye Works thread that I have, that's kind of a white with very, very, very faint pink and blue and purple highlights. So you can kind of see it there. I also left out some of the backstitching on this because it was backstitched like this to be faceted, but I left it out and I'm just round pearl. So I have a little bit of backstitching left on this, and also the tail has the same kind of lines of backstitch. And then I move on to over here, which is going to be the July Ruby Dragon, which has been released and is a fire drake. Which is kind of cute, but it wasn't a dragon, so I was a little bit disappointed. But then I thought, it's a fire drake, and I had a cat who passed away a couple of years ago named Drake, so it's very fitting. I'm probably going to end up naming him Drake, no matter what. So he's going to go down there. Don't know when I'm going to start him. Your guess is as good as mine. I haven't lost my stitchy bug. It's just I'm so preoccupied with other stuff. I tend not to think about doing it, which is a little frustrating at times. Here's my thing, though. Remember when I first announced I was going to do these sals this year? And I kept saying, I told myself I was never going to do a sal again. Well, I'm definitely feeling the pressure of keeping up with the sal. You know, I've just caught up to 2 months, and I have another month to do, and I feel like I can't work on anything else unless my sals are done. And that's really frustrating me because there's other things I want to work on right now. So, quite frustrating on that front, for sure. I don't know. At least there's only 2 more parts for the words to live by, and then I'll for October, November, and December I'll only have Birthstone Dragons to do, so that should take the stress off a little bit. But no, sals, I'm not doing sals again unless it's like these 2 that have, you know, subject matter that is near and dear to my heart. Never again. The next thing I wanted to talk about was haul. I have gotten a little bit of haul, not much. My main came from Charting Creations, and it's a thread pack for my Dragon Rider. And you can see there. And it's the thread pack for 28 count 1/1 or 25 count 1/1, and it's very pretty. Like, look how neatly wrapped it is. I've taken it out of the packaging to look at it a couple of times, and I thought it was very neat. You know, a beautiful little ribbon, lovely printed cards. They're all very glossy, like photo. And not only is it printed with the DMC symbols, it also is printed with the pattern symbols. So that's going to make things even better and easier. So this was really fun. I got it because, like I said, I started I started originally with Chinese floss, imitation DMC, and I was not liking it. The quality of it was not nice. It frayed and knotted way too easily, so I had to do something else. So I went back to Trident Creations, and thread pack was incredibly reasonable. It's like $60, which if I had to do it up myself would have been way more than $60. And I completely missed this as a thing. Sent me a full thing of John James. What is it? 28, size 28. Like, they're my favorites. I love it. The only thing better is if they were petites, but can't have everything. And a beautiful cardstock of the photo of the finished piece, or the artwork. So really happy with this. I got it on layaway. I ended up paying 2 payments for it instead of 3, because just how things worked out. But it was so much more affordable being able to do it that way. So I'm incredibly happy. I want to pick this one up again and set it up, but I don't know. And the other bit of haul was really special, actually. Remember I told you I had something to tell you about my quotes to live by? Well, it's done, as I've mentioned before, on 32 count Opal Murano by Chromatic Alchemy, and the color's Elsa. Well, what Sam, the owner of Chromatic Alchemy, does is she used to have a quarterly contest where she would ask for samples of work done on her fabric, and she would pick her favorite FO and whip to each receive a prize. Excuse me. Favorite FO would be a full quarter piece of fabric, and the whip would be a stitcher's 1/8 of fabric. So she's actually changing this contest scheme now to a yearly thing instead of a quarterly thing, which is perfectly cool. But it's really cool that she offers it. Anyway, so for the spring quarter, I submitted my words to live by, because it's my only piece I have of her fabric. So, and it won for the whip prize. So I got a stitcher's 1/8 of my choice of fabric, and I ended up getting a piece that I've been seeing a lot of. And it's funny because when I got it in the same type of fabric, 32 count Opal Murano, because I just love sparkly fabric, and it smells so good. So this is an 1/8 of Persephone, and it's gonna wash out all the colors, but it is a blue and purple mix. Very pretty piece of fabric. I'm not sure what I'm going to stitch on it yet. I'm thinking this may actually become the background for Danny the Stitchy Dragon. Because really the only thing I need left for that is to get the DMC for it. I don't want to start it though at this point. So this is just going to go away into my stash until I figure out the right thing to do with it. But very stoked. Thank you so much, Sam, for that contest. I was so happy. I have actually, ironies of ironies. I don't know if many of you know, but yesterday was my birthday. The 4th of July, my birthday, and here I am, poor Canadian. Can't even properly celebrate, but I'm kidding. So on the 3rd, there was a contest run by Molly. Molly's also a FlossTuber. I can't remember Molly's FlossTube name. I think it was just under Molly. I think it was just under her full name. My foot's starting to go to sleep, so I better wrap this up soon. So she was doing one of the admins on her, she has a new business where she's making needle minders, really cute needle minders, ones that I haven't really seen before, so they're really neat. And I've been wanting to get some, but we've been very, very tight with our budget right now, so wasn't much of a chance to do so. And so I've been waiting until we had more time, and so they did a contest where it was like a crossword contest, and all the business on Facebook, right? So there's albums of pictures to choose from for the basically the catalog. So it was basically a crossword puzzle with, gosh, 9 or 10 clues on it, and you had to find the clue, and then you had to find the corresponding needle minder in the album, and that was tricksy. So but it was like 10 o'clock or something on Monday night, Monday night on the 3rd, and apparently no one had claimed it. It had been posted earlier the day, and I'm like, I like crossword puzzles, let me try this. So for the next hour and almost 2 hours, I worked that crossword puzzle like mad, because the prize was a $10 gift certificate, and her minders are so reasonably priced. You could get 3 or 4 for that price, depending on which ones you picked. So I buckled down, and then at around midnight, when it was supposed to be called, they said there was going to be, an extension because there was several people working on it. So then I was worried because I had competition. But finally, I was able to find all of them and put in, and I won the $10 gift certificate. Oh, I had a laugh. It was a lot of fun. I love it when companies do those kinds of fun contests, not just, hey, free minder, post me please if you want one. That's all fine and good, but get them to work for it. I'm always up for a challenge. So that was fantastic. So I picked out my minders, and she was also having a 15% off sale for the 4th of July. So I was able to get 4 minders with that, and it was awesome. And the next day, on my birthday, Molly messages me, posts on my Facebook, happy birthday message. I'm like, oh, thank you. And she's like, okay, and now you gotta go pick your freebie. I'm like, freebie? What freebie? And so she had apparently just instated a birthday program where you got a free minder on your birthday, and it would go out in the next order you ordered, or you could pay shipping to have it shipped. But since I had paid shipping with my previous order, the order that I used my gift certificate on, I still had to pay shipping for that, which is completely fine. I get it. I have no problem with that. It's only like $4 for, the States to Canada, so cannot complain about that. And I picked up my freebie. So I have 5 minders coming in the mail, and I am so happy. I can't wait to see them. She has some really interesting ones, like these ones made out of felt that are super cute. I got one of those, and I can't wait to see it in person. They look so cute on her Facebook page. So yeah, there's a couple of little that was a nice little bonus for my birthday, I think. I was really kind of stoked with that. The last thing I wanted to talk about, it's already 25 minutes long. This is longer than I've had in a while. Just give me a second. I need to readjust. Okay. That was wonderful. I just talked for another 10 minutes and forgot to take my video off pause. That's awesome. So, so I have one more thing I really wanted to talk to you about before I let you go, and that was I've mentioned previously that I was taking part in the Stitching George Washington, which is a group of stitchers getting together to stitch Washington crossing the Delaware, and it's been 2 years since I've been on the list for a panel, and I've had my panel. It was selected years ago. We were just coming up to the point where materials were being sent out, and suddenly there was a huge delay in everything. And we eventually got the months after other people had gotten their boxes, months and months after. We ended up getting the announcement that because of the fact that the organizers had heard that floss isn't to be shipped to Europe from North America, that it was being held in customs and disappearing and all that stuff, getting lost in transit basically. That the decision came down to make it a strictly American project. And I have to say, I am quite salty about this still. I don't agree with how things were handled because I belong to several Floss Fairy communities one Floss Fairy. I don't want to be exaggerating. I'm on one Floss Fairy, and the question keeps coming up. It's like we keep hearing rumors that things are getting lost between North America and Europe, and what's going on. And it's like, no, that's only if you market. That's only if they try to import. It's only if a business tries to import floss from North America. That's the problem. Individuals sending each other floss and acting like floss fairies, as long as you market it as a gift, not a problem. Hell, I got, there are several floss dyers who, ship all over the world, and they have no problem. I think we would, in the community, definitely would have heard about this more if this was a real issue. It just doesn't seem to be. It seems to be like, and this is my own saltiness talking, so you don't have to, if you want to go, go away while I kind of rant and rave about this injustice, fine by me. But yeah, I don't agree with it. There's, many of us were telling them when they're coming down with this decision that it was, that's the law. That's how it works. Even though other people were telling them, look, we haven't heard this. And it's one of those things, it's their project. They have complete control of the project. More power to them, but don't try to make it out like it was some kind of technicality or something. I guess the big worry is that they will send the pieces and they'll get lost. Send the floss packs and the fabric packs, and then they'll be lost, and then it'll be an uncompleted project. And yeah, I call BS on that because as long as they shipped it as a gift, there wouldn't have been any problem. Guarantee it. Apart from, regular, losing stuff in transit. And even then, you can, always ship stuff with other couriers. Anyway, I'm still kind of salty about this, and probably will be bitter for a little while. So, I left the group because I couldn't be on it anymore, because they were all like, oh, we're so sorry you can't participate, but we'd love you to stick around and support us. I'm like, no, bitches. No. I'm out of here, because if I have to listen to any more of this, it's false logic, and they're getting it wrong, and they don't want to see that they're getting it wrong, and it just kept pissing me off. So I said, enough is enough. I'm leaving the group, which I did without much fanfare at all. I just left it. It is gone. And because of that, yeah, who knows? Maybe us, non-Americans can get together and organize something that's just a little bit bigger than theirs. So no, that is Vengeance Elisa speaking. We don't want to let her out because she is not fun. So yeah, okay, ignore me now, because I've been wanting to rant about this. It's been really getting under my skin that this has happened, because I supported this group for 2 years, when, through delay after delay after delay after delay after delay after delay, after hearing nothing for months and nothing for months and nothing for months, and I stuck in there with them, and to be so easily, no, we don't need you, it's okay, is really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. So, that's about all I have to say about that now. And again, disclaimer, this is my video, this is my channel. I'm pretty much going to say what I want to, and if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. So that's just in case this gets out or gets back to them or anything, and they hear me, ranting about this. I have every right to rant about this. It was a shitty thing that was done. And anyway, we're not going to go into that a little too much more, so let's just leave it. I had all this said, and I was, witty and shit, and then I realized I freaking didn't unpause, and I'm so mad. On a more somber note, I wanted to mention someone who I didn't know personally, but who wrote on every single one of my videos a comment that was always positive, always lovely and uplifting, and her name's Beverly Evanger. I'm sure most FlossTubers out there know her, because she posts on everyone's. She was just there. She was just a fixture. Apparently, she passed on last month, I believe, and never had a personal conversation with the woman, but she was a little ray of sunshine whenever she left a comment on my my videos. So she will definitely be missed. And yeah, so with that, I think I am going to leave you all. This has been mainly rambly and stuff. Like I said, my brain is so all over the place right now. Please forgive me. Hopefully I'll do another video soonish rather than later-ish. But we will see what happens. It is all going to depend on how much stitching I actually get done. And when I get any more new haul, which is probably just going to be those free minders I was talking about, and then not free minders, the minders I won in the thing, and my freebie for my birthday, from Molly, whose group is called the Everyday Stitcher. I'll probably post a link down in there if I remember to. So check it out. It is getting extremely hot in here because the AC is off, so I can actually have this conversation with you guys without hearing whoosh in the background. Because the AC is right behind this curtain. So I will say adieu, and until next time. And I hope you guys all have great stitchy weeks. Bye.